A short time ago, I spoke to Josephine McKenna, who is our correspondent. She's in Rome. She says the 6.2 magnitude quake struck at around 3:30 in the morning local time. That's 1:30 this afternoon New Zealand time.
The quake was felt from Naples as far north as Rimini on the Adriatic coast, and we're still trying to find out the extent of the damage. Some towns close to the epicentre, which is around 170 kilometres north of Rome, are reporting major damage, people trapped inside buildings. And one mayor, Sergio Perozzi, from the town of Amatrice, a small town in the centre of Italy, said half the town no longer exists.
Of course, we all know these towns, and many of the buildings in them are very, very old.
That's right. The area that it struck is in the mountains. It's close to a national park. It's quite an historic area. As you said, there are many medieval towns through that area. And the aftershock, for example, hit towns such as Norcia and Perugia. So they're very popular tourist towns.
Absolutely.
So it's difficult to know at this point how many historic towns have been struck. We've already had a civil protection emergency meeting this morning, and there are reports that there's so much damage to some of the roads leading into Amatrice, one of the worst hit towns, that it's difficult to get the emergency services into that area.
Josephine, this area has been earthquake prone before, hasn't it? Were there major quakes here in 2009, is that right?
Well, this epicentre of today's earthquake is only about 60 kilometres as the crow flies from the town of L'Aquila, which was hit very hard by the 2009 earthquake. That was 6.3 magnitude, and 308 people died in that quake. So, as New Zealanders know, Italy is an earthquake-prone country, and it's hit all the time by minor tremors and quakes through that Apennine mountain range, which runs through the centre of the country. So it's perhaps not surprising, but most Italians brace themselves, are aware of earthquakes, but this one sounds particularly serious.
Yes, it does. In the context of what happened in 2009, in the context of the likelihood that masonry off these old buildings is going to be falling, descriptions of half a town lost, there is a very real expectation of fatalities, isn't there?
There is. At the moment, we're waiting for confirmation. We've heard of 2 people dying in the region of the Le Marche, which is up on the Adriatic coast, and that's a fair way from this epicentre. So there are signs that there was damage in different parts of the country, and that's also a bit confusing as well. Many people are on vacation in some of these towns, so there may even be people trapped there who've come from foreign countries. It's unclear at this point.
Josephine McKenna talking to us from Rome. It is light there now, and as we get more reports of the damage and the casualty numbers, we will, of course, go back to Italy.